Hope you're doing well. I'm Christina from Yoga to Transform, and I thought I'd take a moment to have a chat with you about cleansing. We're about to launch into our autumn 2025 Ayurveda Cleanse, and I've had so many questions from people that I thought the best way to answer those questions is to jump online and have a quick chat with you. Um, so why cleanse? Why do we have this system of cleansing in Ayurveda, and how is it even different to the normal fasting process that people go through in today's modern world? So let me answer those two questions to get started. Why cleanse? So, from an Ayurvedic perspective, we are working to do three things to help you live longer with more vitality and more health and well-being and energy. More like zest, right? And so the three things are we want to build your metabolism. Then we want to make sure that all of those toxic precursors that build up in your body over time have a chance to be cleared away and removed. And we want to do that on a daily kind of basis as well as twice a year when it's time to do cleanses. And then the third thing is we want you to be living with great immunity and resilience and vitality. Okay, so we have those three kind of key foundation principles of a practice of Ayurveda and health and wellness. So the cleanse touches into those three things. So why do we cleanse? We want to build our metabolism. All right, we want to give it a boost and a reset and an upgrade, and we need to do that twice a year at the equinoxes, at the turns of the seasons, and we'll talk about that soon. Then the cleanse helps you purge and get rid of all of the toxic buildup that's happened in the last 6 months of your life. And the toxins in your system slow down your metabolism, they slow down your vitality. You wake up tired, you have brain fog, you start gaining weight, you're grumpy and you're moody, your periods are painful, you're not really living your best life ever because all of the toxic sludge that is inside of you. Right. So then we're in the cleanse phase, getting rid of all of that stuff. Toxins be gone because our metabolism's like firing and we're like, whew, get out of here, sisters. And then the last one is we start to really build your immunity and your resilience and your zest for life so that there's a sparkle about who you are and what you bring to life. So that is the why. And when we come into the cleanse every season, spring and autumn, we ask that question, why? Why am I doing it now? Like every time it'll be different because every cleanse is different. You're in a different stage of life, you're in a different phase of life. The stresses of the life outside will be different. Last time I was dealing with, a lot of stress happening in my life. This time, not so much. So life is different every time we do a cleanse, and so are you. So we always pause and ask that question. Then the difference between an Ayurveda cleanse and a fast that you would do in modern world is that we are actually undertaking a mind, body, spirit kind of approach to nurturing yourself. Ayurveda isn't about punishment or restriction or anything like that. It's slow and it's steady and it's simple lifestyle hacks that we bring to the table, so that we can live with a huge amount of vitality. This is really the science of aging and living. So the cleanse means you're still eating food. The fast means you're typically restricting and limiting your food, right? There's not that much food coming in. It depends on your constitution, the amount of food that you're eating or when you're eating, and we can talk about that when we do the cleanse, but you're still eating food and you're still allowing yourself to be nourished and feeling full and satisfied as you move through the 7 days of the cleanse. So, and the food that we're eating is designed to build metabolism and reduce toxic load and help flush out the toxic load. And then at the end of the cleanse, we go into the building of your vitality. So the first difference is you eat. And we have a saying in Ayurveda, which is eat with the sun, fast with the moon, cleanse with the equinoxes. Then, so that's twice a year. Then the second difference is that it incorporates a whole lot of protocols from the Ayurveda wellness perspective of life that help really do those three things: boost your metabolism, detox the toxins, and build your resilience and your vitality. So those protocols are an add-on piece to the food protocols. So the third thing is that with an Ayurveda cleanse, you're guided by someone like me, someone who's done it before, and who also is trained in the art of slow and steady wins the race and nurturing yourself from the inside out, which is a very different perspective from the fasting approach that modern life has. We want to be really nurtured and looked after and supported, and also be learning how we can explore that relationship with our own food and our own eating. So those are the kind of key differences, why we do it and what are the key differences. Now, if the other question that I've had is, I'm not really looking forward to giving up my coffee or my wine or my chocolate or my tea. And so they've got that kind of like, oh, goodness me, like I have to give this stuff up for 7 days, and that's going to be a challenge. The thing with Ayurveda is that this is a voluntary process. You're choosing to be part of a cleanse, and you have agency and sovereignty, and you get to choose how much you participate in the cleanse and what you do. You will get benefit from the cleanse even if you're having coffee in the morning. All right? Because all of the other things that we're doing are adding up and giving you benefit. So my first cleanse, or one of the cleanses that I did, I got really bad headaches the first kind of 2 days, and this was I was in a lot of, life was stressful, and so I made a decision to still have my 1 cup of tea in the morning. And that was my decision. I wasn't bad. I wasn't cheating. I hadn't failed. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, now I have to give everything up, because it's not an all or nothing approach. It's a cumulative approach of all of the little daily habits that you do that will support and nurture you to get to the end feeling healthy, happy, sexy, and vibrant, and strong, and fit, and well. Yeah. So it's not an all or nothing. You haven't failed, and we'll reinforce that so much as we go through the time together, that you can modify your diet, but you modify it according to your needs. And if it's too much giving up coffee this time, don't give up the coffee. Next time, maybe it'll be the time that you give it up. Then the other question that I've been asked is, well, I have all these dietary requirements. And I don't know if I can do the eating the kitchery or the eating the food that you have on offer. So we we have optional additional recipes that you can be following. There's actually quite a substantive list on the recipe pack of foods that you can be eating. The benefit of the foods that we're eating during this autumn cleanse in particular is that you will be eating, depending on your constitution, the number of times a day that works best for your constitution. You'll be eating wet and warm food, which is good for balancing out the pitta and the vata, the heat and the dryness and the brittleness that has come with the summer season, and also good for rehydrating you, because your body is dehydrated at the end of the summer season. And those foods range from stewed fruits to oatmeal to quinoa kind of salads, etc. So there's a whole lot of soups and etc. The main food that we ask you to eat is kitchery, but if you need alternatives, we've got plenty. And if you have special requirements, you can have a chat with me about that, and we can guide you through that process. So even on a limited diet, you can be successful in this cleanse. The other thing too is that mono diets, there's some research out which is that mono diets are very, 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 very good for supporting your body just to reset and upgrade. And that's really one of the things that we're doing over the cleanse is the mono diet. The other powerful thing is that we ask or invite you to have no snacks. So you're really basically eating 3 to 4 meals a day, depending on you and your constitution. Some of you will be eating one, some of you will be eating two. And nourishing yourself with wet, warm, and spiced foods that support bringing balance in, and removing the snacks between the meals. That's what we ask. And you know what? If you have a snack and a piece of chocolate in the afternoon because your workmate had some chocolate, you'll still be loved and you'll still be a good person. And I had a final thing. It was in my brain. I didn't write it down and now it's gone. There you go. Not so important. The daily check-ins are a powerful way for you to really feel supported and seen and heard on your journey. Most people, when they go to do something like a cleanse or a fast, 90% of them actually really don't get past the first day. And then the other 50% of them that do get past the first day don't get to the end. So you are increasing the likelihood that you will do a full 7 days when you sign up to do this Ayurveda cleanse. And that is what we want you to be doing, the full 7 days. But if you only make 5 days, like I did last time, then that's okay as well. So I encourage you to join us. We do these cleanses around the equinoxes, spring and autumn, every single year. They're an important part of your health and well-being journey. They give you the ability to reduce all of those brain fog symptoms, all that irritability, painful periods, anxiety, overwhelm, and they give you the opportunity to step into your agency and your sovereignty, because we give you permission to make decisions versus having to do or should do or must do. If you're interested, please reach out, care@yogatotransform.com via email, and we'd love to support you. The next cleanse starts the 3rd of April, 2025. Namaste.